Am I a friend? Potentially. An adversary? Conceivably. But a savior? That's for certain.
Raphael the devil with his clever words of manipulation, whom we really don't know much about aside from his eagerness to make deals. In this Baldur's Gate 3 lore video, we will focus on devils of the Nine Hells, the Blood War, Wyll and Raphael's connection, and the possibility of including Avernus in the game. Welcome to Content Critters. If you're interested in more Baldur's Gate 3 lore, news, and guides, consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the bell to receive notifications when new videos go live. Without further ado, let's begin. Devils are opportunistic capitalists who value a mortal's soul in servitude, so much so that they will do almost anything to tempt and to convince them to walk into the path of darkness while offering rewards in exchange. Corrupted mortals or cultists carry out the wishes of their archdevil masters like raiding an enemy's outpost. When these cultists die, their souls emerge in the Nine Hells to become a soldier or lemur, a least devil. Lemurs are slime piles who are barely conscious, and who have no recollection of their past lives. These make up most of the forces in Hell. Some cultists can escape this fate by accepting a different contract from a powerful devil. They still become lesser devils but are not consigned to the horrible fate of lemurs. Souls are what devils use to make more devils to increase their population in Hell and to appease their superiors. This results in going up the ladder of their infernal hierarchy, thereby achieving a higher status. In 1492 DR, one of the struggles of Zariel, the archdevil in the first layer of Hell or Avernus, is to seek out many mortals who will eventually become devils to replenish her depleted legions because of the Blood War. The Blood War includes never-ending battles between devils and demons as they fight for supremacy to rule for the rest of eternity. Every now and then, demons enter the Nine Hells by following the river Styx from the Abyss into Avernus. Meanwhile, devils defend their home from these invasions. They also strike the Abyss from time to time. Thankfully for the rest of the other beings, nearly all battles in the Blood War take place in the Abyss and the Nine Hells. Whereas devils are creatures with plots and agendas who want to reason with and corrupt other mortals, demons are chaotic and random. They always wind up opting for destruction over reasoning because they prefer bloodshed over conversations. Now let's also examine Wyll's background, a human warlock who is noble by birth and who made his name as the heroic Blade of Frontiers. He keeps his pact with the devil well hidden and is desperate to escape the hellish bargain, even if that means rescuing the seductive creature that made the deal. The devil well hidden could be Asmodeus, who is the archdevil in the bottommost layer of the Nine Hells, or Nessus. It is described as a rocky wasteland lacking roads and bridges and is devoid of activity, since Asmodeus values his privacy immensely. He dwells in the bottom of its deepest pit, and only his most trusted followers and advisors know where to find him. Asmodeus also adheres to the laws of the Nine Hells, that is, to let devils continue the trafficking of mortal souls. In Descent into Avernus, it says, an archdevil who wishes to make a deal with a character can do so in person or send a minion to propose the deal and negotiate on its behalf. So it's possible that Raphael is working for Asmodeus and is using his cunning and deceptive ways to manipulate others for their souls. Additionally, there are also these diabolical deals made by the devils of the infernal hierarchy. Least devils can't enter into deals. Lesser and greater devils can enter into deals either for themselves or as an intermediary for their infernal superiors. Archdevils are the only devils able to freely deal with creatures outside the Nine Hells, usually when mortals invoke them to beg their favor. The last statement further implicates Wyll regarding his involvement with these creatures, perhaps due to his profession or class as a warlock, where he chooses a fiend or archdevil as his otherworldly patron. Since Raphael is able to walk freely in the material plane, this suggests that he may be an archdevil himself. Furthermore, Archdevils are also able to offer a valuable piece of information that can't be acquired by any other means, and a single task that the Archdevil or one of its minions can complete within the next 9 days, alluding to the speech Raphael has given to the Drow.
One skull, 2 tenants, and no solution in sight. I could fix it all, like that. Take all the time you need, but make up your mind before you're counting down with tentacles. Try to cure yourself, shop around, beg, borrow, and steal. Exhaust every possibility until none are left. And when hope has been whittled down to the very marrow of despair, that's when you'll come knocking on my door.
Now, Wyll has 2 options. He can either breach the contract and become a lemur in the 9 hells when he dies, or render it void without penalty. For this to happen, both he and the devil should agree to void the terms of said contract. It's also important to note that in the recent gameplay demo, Wyll isn't in the party, suggesting that we will encounter Raphael one way or another. On top of these interactions and dealings with the devil in the material plane, it would be very interesting to descend into Avernus in Baldur's Gate 3. Say to negotiate with other powerful fiends, to meddle in the blood war, or to rescue other souls. I would very much like to see my party fight off hordes of demons while trying to avoid their blood specifically, which is toxic and can lead to mutations. One example of a mutation that can be incorporated in the game is incapacitating characters physically and mechanically, such as arms and legs switching places, therefore lowering their agility and dexterity scores. This definitely seems like something that Larian Studios can pull off. What are your theories about the involvement of devils in Baldur's Gate 3? Would you also like to visit Avernus or the 9 Hells? Let me know in the comments section below. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll be back again next week for more Baldur's Gate 3 videos.